It's not every day that a living legend decides to speak her mind, no holds barred. But today, Granny Clampett, the star who captivated millions with her unforgettable roles, finally opens up about something no one saw coming. The truth behind the 6 actors she loved the most. Get ready to hear the shocking revelations that will leave you gasping for air and questioning everything you thought you knew about the stars behind the camera. Stay tuned as we dive into a world of genuine admiration, trust, and unexpected bonds that formed between Granny and some of Hollywood's biggest names. Before we dive into video, please subscribe our channel. Granny Clampett was born in a small town, far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Growing up in a modest household, she faced hardships that shaped her resilient spirit. Her family struggled to make ends meet, and from an early age, she learned the value of hard work and perseverance. With a passion for acting, she would often perform for her family, imitating characters from plays and movies she admired. Her talent did not go unnoticed, but her dreams of stardom seemed distant and out of reach. However, Granny ambition burned bright. Despite limited resources, she pursued every opportunity to hone her craft, taking part in local theater productions and performing in community events. As a young woman, she moved to the city, where the world of cinema seemed both thrilling and intimidating. Without any connections, Granny faced rejection after rejection. But each failure only fueled her determination to succeed. She knew the road to stardom would not be easy, but her unwavering drive and belief in her own talent kept her going. It was this unbreakable spirit that would eventually lead her to Hollywood's shining lights, where she would become a legendary star. Granny Clampett's journey to stardom was far from a fairy tale. The road was paved with personal and professional obstacles that tested her character and determination. After arriving in Hollywood with nothing but a suitcase and big dreams, she quickly learned that talent alone was not enough to make it. The industry's cutthroat nature pushed her to the brink of despair, with countless rejections that nearly broke her spirit. Casting directors often overlooked her because of her age or appearance, while others dismissed her as just another face in the crowd. But Granny refused to give up. She faced harsh criticism, typecasting, and long stretches of unemployment, all while grappling with loneliness in a city that seemed indifferent to her struggles. Her financial situation was precarious, and there were times when she did not know where her next meal would come from. Despite these hardships, she never compromised her values or lost faith in her dream. As years passed, Granny fought through personal heartaches, including failed relationships and family tragedies, all while maintaining her composure on screen. Each setback she faced strengthened her resolve, teaching her that perseverance, not luck, was the key to survival. Her struggles shaped her into the resilient star that would eventually shine in Hollywood. No, we talk about 6 actors she loved the most. Number 1. James Stewart. Granny Clampett always considered James Stewart, or Jimmy as she lovingly called him, one of the most special people she met in Hollywood. From their very first film together, they developed a strong friendship, built on mutual respect and admiration. Jimmy was not just a talented actor, but also a kind and humble person. He treated everyone on set with respect, no matter their role or status. This attitude stood out to Granny, especially in an industry where many people were focused on themselves. What made Jimmy stand out to Granny was his generosity and his genuine nature. Unlike many others in Hollywood, he did not try to create a perfect image. He was just himself. Jimmy always made time for Granny, offering encouragement during difficult times and making her feel valued. He never allowed his fame to change the way he treated others, and Granny deeply appreciated this about him. Their bond went beyond work. They shared many personal moments together, talking about life, family, and their dreams. Granny loved Jimmy, not only for his acting skills, but for the kindness and loyalty he showed to her and to everyone around him. To Granny, he was more than just a co-star. He was a true friend. Number 2. Audrey Hepburn. Granny Clampett had a deep admiration for Audrey Hepburn, not only for her beauty, but for her kindness and grace. Audrey was more than just a film icon. She was someone who truly cared about others. Granny always felt that Audrey had a unique ability to connect with people on a personal level, whether they were fellow actors or crew members. Unlike many others in Hollywood, Audrey never let fame change who she was. She remained humble and generous, using her position to help those in need. Their friendship grew over time, as Granny found herself drawn to Audrey's warmth and sincerity. Audrey's life was filled with its own struggles, but she never allowed those challenges to harden her heart. Instead, she used her experiences to help others, especially children, through her humanitarian work. Granny admired Audrey for her strength and how she handled both the highs and lows of her career. Whenever Granny needed someone to talk to, Audrey was there, offering both advice and a comforting presence. Granny loved Audrey not only for her acting, but also for her kindness, loyalty, and the genuine friendship they shared. Audrey was someone Granny could always count on, and their bond was one of mutual respect and affection. Number 3. Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart was one of the most unexpected yet treasured friendships in Granny Clampett's life. Known for his tough guy roles and gritty characters, Bogey, as Granny affectionately called him, had a side to him that only a few got to see. Behind the scenes, he was a man of great loyalty and warmth, qualities that Granny greatly admired. While many saw him as a Hollywood tough guy, Granny always recognized the softness beneath his rough exterior. Their friendship grew during the years they worked together on various projects. Bogart was not just a talented actor, he was also someone who valued honesty and loyalty above all. He treated Granny with respect and kindness, offering her advice whenever she needed it. His sense of humor was another reason why Granny loved him so much. He had an ability to make her laugh even in the hardest of times. Granny appreciated that Bogart was not afraid to speak his mind and stand up for those he cared about. In an industry full of competition and jealousy, Bogart's straightforward nature was a refreshing change. To Granny, he was more than just a co-star. He was a true friend who always had her back. Number 4. Greta Garbo. Granny Clampett shared a unique and quiet bond with Greta Garbo, a star whose mystery and elegance captivated the world. Greta was known for her reclusive nature, often preferring solitude over the glamorous Hollywood lifestyle, and Granny admired her deeply for it. Unlike many stars who sought attention and fame, Greta valued her privacy and lived life on her own terms, something that Granny could relate to on a personal level. What Granny loved most about Greta was her authenticity. She was not interested in putting on a mask for the cameras. What you saw was what you got. They had long conversations where Greta opened up about her life, her struggles, and her desire for peace. It was in these quiet moments that Granny saw the true side of the iconic actress, a side that few others had the privilege of witnessing. Greta's presence was calming, and Granny often felt a sense of tranquility when they were together. They both knew what it was like to face the pressures of the public eye, and their shared understanding created a friendship rooted in mutual respect. To Granny, Greta was not just a screen legend. She was a friend who understood her like few others did. Number 5. Cary Grant. Granny Clampett always admired Cary Grant for his effortless charm and remarkable wit. While Cary was known for his smooth talk and refined image on screen, Granny saw him as much more. He was a man with a heart of gold. Their friendship blossomed as they worked together on set, where Granny quickly recognized Cary's ability to make everyone feel special, no matter their status in the industry. He was someone who treated all people equally, from the director to the extras. What Granny loved most about Cary was his sense of humor. His lighthearted approach to life helped her through many tough times, both personally and professionally. He had a unique way of making everything feel less serious, turning even the most stressful situations into moments of laughter. Cary's kindness was not limited to his work. He genuinely cared about the people around him, often going out of his way to check on others. Granny also appreciated his loyalty. In an industry full of fleeting friendships, Cary stood out for his unwavering support. He was always there for her when she needed encouragement, and his positive energy made him one of Granny's most cherished friends. To her, Cary Grant was not just a Hollywood legend. He was a true and loyal friend. Number 6. Barbara Stanwyck. Granny Clampett admiration for Barbara Stanwyck ran deep, not just because of her exceptional talent, but because of her strength and resilience. Barbara was a woman who did not conform to the usual expectations of Hollywood glamour. Instead, she carved out her own path, standing firm in her beliefs and never backing down from a challenge. Granny, who had faced many of her own struggles in the industry, saw Barbara as a symbol of power and independence. What Granny loved most about Barbara was her authenticity. In an era when many actresses were expected to fit into certain molds, Barbara refused to play that game. She was unapologetically herself, strong, direct, and fearless. Their friendship grew over time as they bonded over their shared experiences of navigating the ups and downs of fame. Barbara's willingness to stand up for herself and others made her a role model for Granny. Their conversations often revolved around their careers and the challenges of being women in Hollywood. Barbara's advice and her no-nonsense attitude were invaluable to Granny. To Granny, Barbara was more than just a co-star. She was a mentor, a friend, and a constant reminder of what it meant to be truly strong in a world that often tried to break you down. Hollywood may have crowned these actors as royalty, but Granny Clampett saw them for what they truly were: kind, supportive, and grounded individuals who knew that success was not just about the accolades, but about the people who walk with you along the way. These 6 actors were more than just co-stars. They were her family, her refuge in a world that often felt cold and isolating. Granny's revelations remind us that behind every smile, every handshake, and every on-screen performance, there is a deeper story of loyalty, friendship, and the quiet heroes who made it all worth it.